like this. Okay, so I'll put that on so it's nice and symmetric and nice and low on the forehead. And then I'll put another one on that doesn't line up quite, so that it goes quite high and covers over the lip area. But before I put the one on the lip area, I want to block out so what I want to do is I want to block out the area around the lower gums, the lower gingiva. So I'll place some white wax, this sort of tray periphery wax. I'll place a piece of white wax like this round on the teeth in the lower. So Daphne, if you open, I'm going to push this against the teeth on the bottom. I want you to hold it there with your lips. Alright? So chin back a little bit, open a bit wider. Okay, I'm going to put it down around your lips, around the bottom teeth, and I'll kind of squeeze it into position. And it will melt a little bit during this procedure. Now, first we'll bite together. Yes. Now then bring your lips together. Alright, now just hold it just in that position there. So that will hold, it will make some space, a little bit of safety space, because I don't want this thing too close to those bottom teeth. Now I'm going to take the other ninja cap, and I'll put this over the top of Daphne's head. This time I'm going to go further back. And I'm just going to put this over the top, that's okay. I'm going to put it over the top lip like that. And I'll carry on pulling that back so that it's smooth in this area. Okay, so now I've got a good covering. So I've covered away, or of course I've pulled this one back. I want that forehead nice and covered. Alright, so Daphne looks a little bit like a racing driver now. Okay, now I want a piece of wax that is going to act. So this is just a wax cutout. And it's a wax cutout of the heel sections that we use at the bottom. So these heel sections are going to go around the chin in this position here eventually, and they're excellent. They're silicone, so they don't react with the skin, and also they will gently mould to the shape of the chin, so act as a good point of force application. Now, to make a bit of space for that, I'm going to fit this in. So I've marked a centre line there, so I look at my centre line and I'll put the centre line in the right place. I'll see where that is. I'll put that up against the skin, just below the bottom lip. So that's nicely in that place, leaving a little bit of space for that silicone heel. Now we're experimenting with various things to give ourselves a little bit of space for the ears. And at the moment we're using, oh it's small, so yeah, wonderful. At the moment we're using some shoulder pads. So we're using basically shoulder pads we've got, and I want to stick these back quite a bit. And that will just give a little bit of space for the ears and the side of the head, because we don't really need to take much force on that area there. I'll get them fairly back so that they're just like that. I'll show you precisely on this side here. So what I want to do is I'm going to want to put my ear pad, I'm going to get it back about here, my shoulder pad, and that will then cover the ears. And that will just stop with lots of problems. Daphne, if you keep your head there, don't move. I'm just pushing around the side here. So that will go back in there. That goes back there. Come to the middle again. I'll check they're roughly the right heights and the right there. Of course, you'll see the whole setup is not exactly symmetric on Daphne's head at the moment. But of course, I'm not particularly concerned about how symmetric it is, because I'm going to measure it from her. And at the moment, what I'm going to do is go and take I think I'll do 45 mils here. So Daphne, turn around this way a little bit. I'm going to measure 45 mil back from the corner of Daphne's eye. So Daphne, don't move, because I'm measuring right from the corner of your eye. So I'll measure from the corner of Daphne's eye towards her ear. So ear's about here. I can make a little mark here. I go back about 45 degrees, and that's about here. So I make a mark there, about 45 millimeters back, and then Daphne turn around this way, and I make another mark here, again about 45 degrees back. So that will mean that whatever I do on top of this unsymmetrically placed head base will come back. Now I then look roughly where she is. I'm going to get, I think I'll follow probably the contour here. I'll make a mark just before it rolls over the back of her head. So if we...
You can hold that one in place.
Yeah, you pull that one forward.
So
we're going to pull that forward. Okay. So we're just making sure that this is nice and down on Daphne's forehead, so that we're going to take a large area to take the reciprocal force. So point of application. Alright, so Inga, we ready to go with the... Yep, that's done. Yep, they're all done. All those three. So Inga's going to hold this bit of wax here. So this bit of wax here is approximately the shape of one of our timers. And we're going to place that piece of wax down here just underneath Daphne's chin, like that, so that we can place a timer in there later. Okay, so Inga, if you hold that, I'll come over here. Inga, watch your side. Do you want to be that side of me for placing this? Or this side when we get going?
Always on the right.
You're going to be on the right hand side, okay. So
now you keep your teeth together? No,
Inga.
Together. So no talking after, later, okay?
Right, so we're going to need 3 strips of this stuff kept for later. Alright, so the stuff we're using here is Duracast, Duracast Elite we're using. And we just take the 2 colours, we take the blue colour and we take the pink colour. So then we come over here. I'll start holding it on this side of the head here. Don't worry about seeing that. But what I'm doing is I'm lining this up with that. Oh, no, I haven't got it right. There we go. Then the back edge will be where I marked at the top on the head here. Then I'll definitely look straight at my nose. Alright, so then I'm going to come down here. I'll look down to see if that's roughly symmetrical to her. It is roughly. We're never going to get it completely right. Then I'll come over here. Inga's holding the other side, so that as soon as I've lapped over the other side, she can let go. Fantastic, Inga. Way to go. Now, if you can get ready with that chin place, feel where her jawbone is. Feel where it's comfortable for that thing. I'm obviously following the same line, because I want it to go over the same line multiple times to build up some strength. So I'm just going to pull that across. Inga will put that in. And I go, right, so now Inga, do you want to come around the other side of me?
A little bit up.
Yep. Now I'll just hold this while Inga goes and gets one of the cross straps across the forehead. Yep. And so Inga will then put that across the forehead. And then I come up here, so again, I'm following my line. She's holding that back. Okay, you can let go. So I then come around here. So this is one of those critical points. So what I do is I come to that point, then I've got it, and then we take it away there, and then I come around. Now as I do this, I want to be edging up a little bit. So I want to come a little bit underneath the lip there. And apart from that, I'm following exactly the same path I was. Okay, I hold here for the next forehead cross strap, and then Inga will put that higher up, but overlapping the first one. Right?
Hold on.
So now I cut across. Wonderful. Wonderful, I cut across, I'm going down. So again, I'm inching up a little bit, probably following the line of the one I did last time. And then we've got the last forehead strap that goes on top of the first one. Alright. And then I'm constantly watching the path that I'm making. And then we come down here. And we'll come away. Now we're coming down to that point and then we cut it off. At this point, I'll hold that. Now Inga's going to wet her hands. So now Inga wets her hands so that we can smooth this material down. So I hold it, then Inga comes and smooths the material down. Now, from this point on, it's going to take about 20 minutes. It'll take 20 minutes for the material to set correctly. And Daphne will sit down. She mustn't separate her teeth. She must keep her teeth together, and she obviously mustn't lean back and touch anything with this, because it really does stain this material. I was amazed how it's stuck even to stainless steel. So we'll come back in 20 minutes time for the next session.